Look at that. That's kind of worth it all. Hello, welcome back to Working with Niko. As you might know if you've been following me, I have struggled a lot the last year with my trigeminal neuralgia. I've been starting to do something about my bad shape, which includes more working and more typical work content for me, but also I decided to share with you my journey to get in better shape. And a goal that I have is that as often as possible I will walk from here and up there. Might not look much on camera. I'm not talking about up there, but up there. I went on the bathroom weight for the first time in many years today. It showed a staggering 120 kilos. Don't know what that is in pounds, but it's way too much. So it's time for me to start walking, start being more active. And I also lift some weights. I didn't film that today, but it's not much of a weight. It's just to kind of start to adjust my arms to some more manual labor, and maybe I increase as I go. Time will show. So I think maybe sharing this on YouTube as well will give me an incentive to keep on doing this. This walk that I'm on right now, I only did it twice before. That was yesterday and the day before yesterday. So that this is quite fresh, the walking part. But I decided I just need to dive into it. And due to my trigeminal neuralgia, I do struggle with high pulse that can trigger my pain. So walking uphill, I need to take it slow, but still I think it's good exercise. And I'm doing this only to gain more energy. In the other hand, I don't care about the perfect body or the biggest biceps and all that. But 120 kilos is at least 20 kilos too much, maybe 30 kilos too much. So it will be interesting to see if just this daily exercise can help me to reduce my weight and maybe be able to do more other things as well. This is the point where I turned around the first day. And the starting point is, it's not visible behind the trees there, but it's kind of hard to see exactly where I pointed the screen. It's not as far down as the water, but it's a little bit up from the water, but still. And somewhere down here, sorry, I was pointing at the town center. Somewhere down here is where I live. You can't see the place from here. Now I'm gonna continue up this way, and it's some bends, and then we continue up somewhere behind there. It's not visible from here, but yeah. So yesterday I continued all the way up. It was the road flattened out. I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday. Yesterday my legs felt more heavy, so maybe I'll continue a little bit longer. Of course, it would be fun to extend the walk a little bit for each day, but how much extension that would be, I don't know. It's not a point to exhaust myself, it's only a point to be active, but of course progression is a point, but I'm not going to measure it. I'm not looking at the clock. I'm not yeah, the only thing I measure is my weight. I did that first time today. I'm not going to look at the weights every day, of course, but maybe on a weekly basis to see if there's some progression. The whole thing here is to get out of the door and become in better physical shape. I don't know if the camera does this justice. Try to zoom out a little bit here. It's quite nice. There's someone that broke loose from the pen. I'm not going to chase after it. I don't know if he belongs on that field or that field. And it's going to start running, or she's going to start running as soon as I get closer. So sorry, farmer, I'm not going to help you. Unless she starts following me, of course, I need to chase her a little bit away. Oh, those views just a little bit away from my home. So much better up here. Across the road, so we don't have the road in our picture for a moment. Look at that. That's kind of worth it all. I guess some of the locals wondering what I'm doing with this camera, walking along with a selfie stick. I don't care. Not caring about what people says and means about you. That's it's a mental training that it is easy to say that you don't bother about what people say about you, but I feel for my part, just walking around with a camera, there was someone I know that saw me coming with a camera. They know that I do something on YouTube and TikTok and all that, but still it's kind of embarrassing to walk around with a camera, I think, for my part. But that's something I can't be bothered. I am kind of bothered, but I can't be bothered. So I just need to shake that off. Oh, they're not ready yet. I think I might walk a little higher pace today than yesterday. But now I can almost see the top. It's just some 100 meters and around a little bend. And I'm gonna stop there and I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna go another kilometer or so. Face started hurting a little bit, but I probably got too high pulse for a moment there. This last bit to the top, it doesn't show that well on camera, but it's from those U-turns and up here, it's a little bit steeper part. But I'm on it. At least I'm gonna reach the same mark as before. But as I said, my body feels better today than yesterday, and my legs feels better too. So the only thing really stopping me from moving those 120 kilos a little bit further, that is my Trigeminal Neuralgia. But I also think that if I can get in better shape, I wouldn't, that condition wouldn't bother me that much. Oh, that's great. That's good. I chose to go a little further. Don't have anything that I need to be back for, other than vacuum cleaning and dishes and stuff. I did some of that before I I did this. I'm at the start of the gravel road now, and I thought I'd show you a possibility for me. That's not gonna happen today, I think, but it's kind of hard to show you guys. But if I turn the camera down, there is the town, and I'm coming from here right now, and if I continue to walk this road for I'm not sure how long, I can come back, and there's a valley down here that you don't see because of the trees, but I can follow that maybe 8 kilometers further in, and then come out on the other end of the valley and go down to the town and come back home. But I doubt that's happening right now, today. But I thought I might follow the gravel road inwards for a bit. This is something you call post hunting, stolpejakt in Norwegian. I never done that. I guess not a common. That's a point with a view. Maybe I should try to reach that. I've been there, but that's been many years since then. Should I or should I not? 2.4 more kilometers, which means that is 4.8 kilometers to go back here. In not that flat terrain, not like a road, but more wood-like terrain. Well, I might regret this. I might not go all the way up. That's way more than I planned for today, but so far I feel fine, actually, for a walk that long. But I also have to remember that it's hard to walk down as well when it's that steep as it is down the road there. It kind of tears up your muscles just in another way, but you have to brake instead of pushing yourself upward. That can be tough, but for now I feel fine. And of course, this takes a little bit more to walk on a path like this. On the plus side, there's a lot of blueberries. I might take a bucket with me and drive up here one day and start picking blueberries, because there's a lot of them. Well, I'm coming from there, and it kind of, sorry, the path kind of merged with another path, much wider, for 50 meters. Then it splits up again, and there's no signs of whether to go this way or this way. I don't know. I'm going to take my chance on a narrow path. It's almost biblical to take the narrow path. But that goes in the direction where I assume the viewpoint is. This could very well turn back down into the valley or further in, I don't know. So I'm going to take my chance on this path because I believe there's another path further in the wood that way that also goes to the same viewpoint. And I think that is the path that I used the last time I was there 25 years ago or so. So I'm gonna take my chance on a narrow path. Starting to get quite steep. I can climb up there, but I need to be able to go back down as well. And this part is not that exposed to the wind, but it's more insects and stuff, which bothers me. So I'm gonna start moving for once, so I don't get eaten up by insects and bugs. I'm gonna go back to that junction I wondered about and continue that one for a little bit. I might come down in another place, I don't know. I have an idea about where that path maybe is going, because I know it goes a road up to a farm over there where I came from. So I just come down to the road another place, and when I enter the forest, I don't think that's a big deal anyway. There's some bugs around me. I don't know if it shows up on camera. Some of them are quite small, but it's a little bit annoying. But hopefully when we get around to the front side of the valley and look down to the valley, it will be a little bit more windy, and most of those flies will prioritize sheep droppings over me. I'm not smelling that bad. Actually, it's quite all right to have this walk where it's not that steep. Just, it's not flat, but you know, it's not steep upwards. To have that before you start the descent, to kind of let your muscles relax a little bit before you start using them hard again, because at least when you're as heavy as I am, you really need to use some energy to break down when you're going steep downhill. So just waltzing around a little bit without having to push or pull that much, I think that's a good thing before I start to walk straight down again. One thing I can't appropriate about what I was about to say. One thing that I can't show you through the lens of the camera, that is the smell and the spider webs. But the smell and the fresh air in the woods, in the forest like this. That you need to go out there to experience that. The taste of blueberries, all of that. It's fantastic compared to sitting just inside. Sun shining through the trees. Birds, sound of birds. Anyone home? No. Another ant nest. Oh, back when I was a concrete truck driver, I had an accident on this road. It was winter, and down here where I'm standing right now, it was no ice. I knew it could be ice further up, so I put on one chain and continued to drive upwards. And the road surface was kind of like this. So suddenly it became icy, and then just my inner wheels on the back, because there's double wheels in the back of the truck. So the inner wheels was gripping, and the outer wheel with the chain on lost grip, resulting on me coming backwards down and ending up in a ditch up there. I have a photo of it. See if I can find it and show it to you. It's not a great photo, but it was exciting though. Needed 2 tow trucks to get me up here. No, I'm not eating that. I'm past the first turning point that I had 2 days ago. And I think this one today is more than double the length of what I had the first day. That's good. Maybe I overdid it. I don't know yet. I don't know before I park myself back home after a shower, and well, this side of the face right now is starting to turn up the heat pain wise. So I went a little bit longer than I meant today, but yeah, I don't know, let's have to see how it turns out. But I'm taking it quite slow. It's I have some sore muscles right now in especially my right leg, but that is to be expected. That's not dangerous to have some sore muscle. That's just fine. That's a kind of new experience for me, okay, but it's not new. When I was in my 20s, before I went into the army and all that, I could have run this hill and down again like nothing. It's just that the last years of living with chronic illness and all that has made me to kind of a big fat man, and now in my 30s. So if I'm gonna have a good life when I reach my 60s and 50s, I need to step up the activity part a little bit, so I don't enter my old days as I am right now. I think the rest of my life actually, but in 20 years I will be 60, and if I am to have a good life and I'm 60, I have to start now, think ahead, because if I just keep on a lazy life, even though it's not by choice by any means, and those of you who know me knows that I do not live a lazy life by choice, but I just need to step up even more than I really might want, so I can it will pay off anyway, you know what I mean. And there's people that can say that in way better ways than I can. Anyhow, I might got a fifth of the leg before I'm done. So and in many ways I feel fine. Like my energy levels are okay, and so my stamina is good for a man of 120 kilos, but of course it can be way better. I'm no sprinter now, and I could absolutely not run this leg, but walking it's been great. So I'm up for more walking. And I've been thinking a little bit in between the clips, and of course I don't see the point of, I'm going to take this off. I don't know how how loud I speak. I've been thinking a little bit about I'm not going to put out clips on TikTok or YouTube every day, but I intend to walk this every day as soon as I'm home, or as long as I'm home, I mean, and as long as I'm not in terrible shape pain-wise. But I'm going to bring my phone with me anyway, so I'm going to take pictures and small clips and stuff like that, and gather all those clips and photos in a file, and make a new video later on, after a month or maybe 2 months, to see the progress. So, and keep track of the days. I think that will be a good incentive for me as well to do that, and see how things are going and see the results. And maybe in a month, okay, let's call it a month, right here and now, let's call it a month. In a month I'm going to publish a new video based on this, and I'm going to step on the weight again in 1 month, see if I reduced some weight, and see how much further I got on those walking trips. I know the sun is behind me. It's not the best way of filming, but I don't care. This is probably better. So give me a month. Let me see if there's some progress. And I promised it to myself, and I promised it to everyone that have watched me on YouTube that I'm gonna do this as often as possible. It's just another 100 meters, so, and then I'm home. It's been a good trip. You might see that my face is a little bit skewed on this side now. That is not by choice. I can try to even it out, but that's the Trigeminal Neuralgia showing up. But all in all, I'm satisfied with what I did so far today. So it's gonna be great to stretch out and take a shower. Good thing with the camera, I can see if there comes cars behind me. And if I turn my camera around now, there's my house. The red one is my house. And up there you can see the farms that I went by up there. So that's it for this time, I guess. Thank you for watching. If you're with me so far, please give me a thumbs up and comment if you want to encourage me to go on with this project of mine. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.